Put the beanie back on with the pop-up button, and then all will be forgiven. Here we go. We just take this right here. Just fix it. You don't have to look at this cursedness. Hey, look at that. It's Phoenix. Spoiler alert. And then just cover all of that business. Cover the entire head. Much better. There you go. There you go. Point. Too much head. And here I thought, here Clavier Gavin thought that Apollo was hair 4 head. This is hair 5 head. Point. My finger points. Okay. Alright, okay, we're back into the game. Welcome back, everybody. Ace Attorney Investigations. We're in the last third of episode number 2. I call it the right thing. Turnabout, airplane, airline, one of those. And I wonder who the killer is. Don't worry, as the game goes on, it'll be a lot more compelling. But still though, I'm enjoying replaying this game. Edgeworth. He's got his pointing figure ready. Don't mind him, he just points at the guilty parties. And right now he's pointing at my name. I'm guilty of not starting the game. So let's go ahead and do it. You guys ready? I hope you are. Let's go. Game time. Lord, turnabout airline. If we do finish this early, there's a game that recently came out on Switch. It's actually a pretty old game, but it recently got localized. It's called Moon Remix or something like that. And it's one of the games that inspired Undertale. So if we got time, might check that out. Anyway, March 12th, 2:52 p.m., Flight I-390 lower deck, cargo hold.
Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh?
He's like an excited little child at Disneyland.
It's so big! You can even hear an echo. Hello!
He's having fun. Gummy, never change. This plane is a special model. That's a lot of cargo space for a plane, actually. Like, when you look at how big a plane is, think of the height compared... This is like a warehouse. It's a flying warehouse. That's what it is. Hector, thanks for the 5 bits. It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating. So this is the real scene of the murder. There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? You know, I was expecting a lot more blood. This might be a little not for my argument. I do see the loads and loads of unsold suitcases, though.
Okay, let's get investigating, sir.
Begin investigation. Lower deck, cargo hold. I like that pose of power Gumshoe had.
Let's go. We'll get you declared not guilty.
It's not a trial, Gumshoe. We're still investigating. Supercar Brothers is going to bed. Have a good night, sir. Thanks for coming on by. I'm also guilty of being a chicken. Was that ever in doubt? Did we have to have a trial for that? I think you just wasted money on the legal fees.
Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair.
Fair? More like a carnival with how clownish these look. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over.
This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy.
Oh yeah! Gumshoe wasn't here the first time we saw them and found out who made them. More like Etsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. Put it in the north corner of the room. It's yellow enough for the feng shui aspect, I believe.
You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass.
Oh, I thought they were only like 400. That's still entirely too expensive. And Mr. Nero wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. You'd have to sell the shirt off your back, and then by that time you won't have luggage to put in the suitcases. It definitely looks like one is missing. Huh? What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. How do you not recognize glass? Oh, Edgeworth, I think passing out did a little bit to your brain more than you'd like to admit. Bed sheets, that's a lot of them. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew.
This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir.
By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pulls on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. I want to see somebody edit Gumshoe's sprite from like the first 3 games and just put big old puppy dog eyes. Just copy them from Puss in Boots from Shrek. Never mind, he already looks adorable. What a mood, Gumshoe. What a mood. Let's see, suitcase. Look, a non-garish suitcase.
Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal?
It's what the victim checked in, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look. Maybe we should ask him first. Look, we'll get Maya Fane here to channel his body, his spirit.
There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir.
Wait, a file?
And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir.
Wait a minute. Oh, he was also a member of the Von Karma fan club. Wow, small world. It looks like a profile on Francisca. Why though? Eh? Okay, this just got interesting. I don't remember that part. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? But here's the question. What kind of picture are we talking about? Like a pin-up or... Oh, that would... Oh, Lawyer of the Month, huh? Lawyer Swimsuit Edition Monthly. Francisca! What? I just had to make a few extra dollars. Losing all those cases to Mr. Right doesn't exactly pay very well. Let's see. I mean, even if you lose a legal case, you still get a lot of money, so that joke does not actually work. Da. Is that not actually in my inventory? I guess we just know about it. Oh, no, wait, it's logic, huh? Right, I forgot that was a thing. Interesting. Gotta keep track of what we got here. We still don't... Oh, wait a minute. Broken glasses, glass shards. They might match up. Let's try it. We've got plenty of health. And then we'll connect it with the profile on Francisca. He used these glasses to inspect this photo. And I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses.
And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of this glasses lenses. Echo, there's that word again. I love it. It's one of the best parts of playing as Edgeworth. The vocabulary. The victim was here, just as I suspected.
So you're saying?
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot how to I forgot how to use logic for a second. Hold on. What am I holding on?
That the real scene of the crime was here, sir?
Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now?
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
To be fair, Gumshoe was busy trying not to get whipped in the face, so his mind was elsewhere. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Hey. It's certainly not decisive evidence, but it lends some credence to our argument. In true Ace Attorney fashion, our argument that we pulled out of nowhere because once you've eliminated the impossible, whatever's left, however improbable, must be true. Even if I just pulled it out of my butt. All sorts of boxes are piled up here.
This one says flammable, and this one says pharmaceuticals.
Should those be together? This one says for exorcism use only. You know, in this world, it's not too surprising. Like, think about, like, all the spirit channeling. Like, that thing, like, the spirit severing technique that they talked about in, like, the 2nd game and the 6th game. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? A pretty ghastly one at my guess. What are they shipping? You don't want to know. Very legal, very illegal. Unless, you don't think maybe that was the cargo of Hicks himself? Like, why would he be a target of murder? We don't always ask ourselves that question when we play Ace Attorney games. They're just like, oh yeah, he's the victim. You never meet him. You never know what he's all about. But maybe he's part of something bigger. I don't remember. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you are already here at this airport for something besides the murder. Yes, I was. But why? Don't tell me you miss me, Franny. As if. I've been following a very large and involved governmental-level international crime. But it is much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol? Oh wow. Oh wow, it's getting serious. Interpol is involved? It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. Uh-huh. Again, as with any Ace Attorney game, I'm sure the details will leak out over time as it revealed that it becomes more relevant. Like, oh wait, maybe Mr. Hicks was actually an undercover Interpol agent or something like that. I bet. Well, Old Reliable has to be presented. Even though we might have done it last time, maybe something's changed. There's something much more urgent we should be dealing with right now. Don't waste my time or yours. Fine. Alright, let's continue investigating. Ba. Anything from you, Mr. Officer Man? Oh, yo, Yellow Pikachu, what's up? It's been a while. Hope you've been good. Staying out of trouble, I hope. We're investigating a giant plane because a murder occurred, and we're trying to prove that the crime scene was actually here. I mean, it makes sense. The body was found in an elevator, and the elevator only goes to like 3 possible locations. This being one of them, as you can see by this big old elevator door over... I can't point at it. Over there. Yeah. Have you noticed anything strange happening around here? No, sir. I haven't noticed a thing. I'm not sure that he meant to sound so oblivious. At least he's honest about it. Gumshoe just sounds sad. Investigate this. Huh. Investigate Nestle. Okay, let me see. I seem to have some evidence that Nestle was asleep at the time of the murder. In fact, that evidence is right here. Just give me a second. Just give me a second to go get it. I seem to be rummaging out of my photos. You know, Gumshoe had to go in to get the evidence from down at the precinct. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Nestle was asleep at Mario's house at exactly 5 a.m. on the flight. Look at that. In the hammock. In the hammock reserved for Mario himself. Pretty sleepy, sis. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Let's see. What else haven't we investigated? I guess the elevator itself.
Ooh, I just love pushing the buttons on the elevators and crosswalk signs. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it.
Don't push me, Gumshoe. I will push whatever I like. Don't tell me what to do. You're breathtaking. When did that happen?
You should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it.
Also, thanks for the chicken attack, Dusty Kuga. Super Egg. So that's what the button does. Very useful for a plane. It just plays egg over the intercom. How you doing, Kuga? The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move. I guess to preserve the crime scene. That does make sense.
Oh, yeah. I guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now.
Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the attendant's room and the elevator's control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. But if maybe an employee were to come down here... Hey, look at that big old... What is this giant thing covered by a tarp? Like, how... No wonder they needed the giant plane with an extra large cargo hold. This is huge. It goes all the way up the stairs. Jangfa Express? What, is it an entire train car? Gigantic. Let's see. What else can we present? Let's see if there's anything else to do with the logic that we have. Unless anybody has, Oh, wait. These both are dealing with Francisca. Maybe they connect. Weedy, what's up? How you doing? Yellow Pikachu says you have problems with your internet. Oh, so that's where you've been. Oh, I'm hopefully everything is okay now. Yeah, a lot of people have been having problems with their internet lately. I don't know what I would do, especially because I'm working from home. My job kind of depends on it. Whew. I'm glad that you're doing well right now. Also, Weedy, and Draco, what's up? I was telling Gumshoe he's breathtaking. We don't have to say it. We already know it. How small is Nestle? About the decent small. Bigger than Mario and Yoshi, but still small enough to, fit in the hammock. She is dieting, she's working on bettering herself. So for that, I commend her. Nestle the cow. I commend her. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francisca?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir.
You and me both. But, the fan club isn't accepting new members, so I kind of doubt it, as much as I'd like to believe it. Francisca said that she had come to the airport as part of an Interpol investigation.
Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her.
Now, if the investigation is all hush-hush, how would he know? Maybe he is an agent. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was in actuality Interpol Agent Hicks. I think Francisca has some explaining to do. Lucy! Got some explaining to do. Oh, I forgot you can run in this game. Oh yeah, that's much better. Look at him. I think I remember reading an article from the development of this game saying they had to specifically tweak every single animation of Edgeworth's to preserve his personality. They specifically wanted his run to look like he was exerting effort, but still keeping his poise and his grace, So it's more it's like a little power jog. Just the idea of Edgeworth sweating. Okay, maybe not like that. Still though, it's amusing to me. Alright, Francisca, tell me everything. Da 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 da. What is the truth behind Hicks? Posted a pic in the Discord. Oh, what you got? Da da. Random dude. Well, thank you for coming on in, and thank you for indulging my request. I did not expect anybody to do it that fast.
Oh, please, Edgeworth. Let me tell you all about my days working in retail. I was employee of the month at my local Walmart. I was the best at bagging all the groceries.
Okay, Gumshoe, but later, after the investigation. I like it. We'll bring that back later. It has its place. Nice here for it. I can't stop thinking about it now. Part-time mover, that was the one.
I was also dead. I had lots of stories to tell.
You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I'm sure he's also a Mr. though. I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. They? So whoever murdered him might be an enemy of Interpol itself. Uh-oh. Edgeworth, time is of the essence, but I will not sweat while running like some hooligan with spiky hair that we shall not mention in this game. Oh wait, this game. Should I just keep this? Just keep it just down. Oh, I kind of wish this was transparent, but I don't really want to keep it on there. E.T. phone home. Give E.T. Reese's Pieces. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. Smuggling what? Pharmaceuticals? Flammables? He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once we have landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. Maybe someone who knew you was Interpol. It's gotta be. Targeted.
But what was he doing down here, sir?
Miles. She called him Miles! And not just Miles Edgeworth. Oh, that is so nice.
There's nothing but luggage.
Maybe there is now, but maybe there didn't used to be.
Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it.
Why didn't he have a carry-on, though?
No!
Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Checking the cargo itself? Probably. Gasp! They smuggled chickens! Illegal chickens. No, you can't do that without the proper paperwork. They might have bird flu.
You might want to get that checked. It could be a sign of bird flu.
The jury, or rather the crowd from the trials, what are they doing here? We're not even in the courtroom. I want to make that sound and layer it over myself to make to recreate the sound from the first 3 games. Best I can do is this right now.
Nice.
Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. Oh, I see. But this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. It's just a bunch of screaming shy guys. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. So, although Rhoda Tenero had the only key, doesn't stop somebody from stealing it. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then, now interesting, think about where we found the broken glass. The killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator. But while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. I would appreciate it if you didn't steal my lines, Francisca. Sorry, I just wanted to practice my German accent. I think I'm getting better at it. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Dun 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 dun! Simple, but effective. I'm glad that the investigation was simple for once. These chickens sure are part of some foul play. Congratulations, you get the rim shot. Just up in the boxes. You know, they've been... There's this whole stink about how the USPS is slowing down right now. It's sad because a lot of, baby chicks are being sent through the mail and they're not getting to their destinations in time. Oh, it's so sad. I hope that gets all sorted out. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage.
What? Really, sir?
It's whoever's slowing down the mail. I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero. Rhoda Tenero! I gotta say it more accusatorially. Good job. You figured it out. Now let's argue. Argument. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? Look, as long as it's not a biometric lock, anybody can take the key. Easy, I just gotta prove it. I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Rebut! But. I just love how the progression of interrogation music in these games gets more and more dance-like as it goes on. With any luck, we'll hear ba 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 da da. I'm here all for it. The only person with such high level access is Mr. Rototanero. But we gotta introduce some doubt here. The possibility that it was stolen. Why would such important things like the keycard be entrusted to only one person? That's exactly why? For security? According to Canyon Meal, Rototanero is in charge of most of the important stuff. Then what exactly is Miss Meal in charge of? The naps! The sleep schedule? Chatting it up with that foolish captain, apparently. She was being so foolishly foolish that I didn't want to ask her what her other duties were. Foolishly foolish that only a foolishly foolish fool could be. That's the Francisca I know. Bada boom, whip. I understand how you feel, but whipping me is just now wasn't called for. I am actually bleeding. My suit isn't just red because of that. This used to be white before we met. That doesn't make sense. They were met as kids. This used to be white before you whipped me. All those times when I was growing up. In the end, the only one who could have let Agent Hicks into the hold was Rototanero. There it is. That dang whip. I want to laugh at it. I really do, but it is seriously dangerous. I'd say it's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? What do we have that has anything to do with that, though? Dun 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 dun. Something that casts doubt on Rhoda being the one to bring him down. Let's see. Maybe the schedule? Dun 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 dun. No, that's not it. I'm just thinking ahead of time. We'll press everything just in case. Had to get a red suit instead of replacing his white one. So sad. I bet he looked dapper in a white suit, though. Decisive? Do you really think it's that strong?
Objection!
Objection! There is no room for doubt. All of the other evidence points to her as well. Thinking. No snappy comeback. That's as it should be. Oh, she's so sassy. There's not a single flaw in Francisca's reasoning. However, there must be something I can work with that I can draw out of her. That seems to me like we need to press a little bit more.
Hold it!
Hold it! Fool! Is she just a snatcher from Hat in Time in disguise? Fool! Wait a minute. It's you? Again? That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Meal or even the captain. Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a plane with autopilot? It's very common these days. A horse without a rider, crop in hand, much like Scruffy over there. That was almost like a whinny. I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Though, just like a horse, he is sturdy and reliable. Is that really his best quality? I don't want to make it sound sad. He is a good boy. Very well then. What about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal? Ha! I thought you might ask about her. Indeed. Zach Shadows, how you doing? Welcome on in. Hope we're doing good. We're arguing against our German stepsister right now. She's got a watertight argument, and by that, in Ace Attorney, it usually means they're not giving me anything that's relevant to the evidence I have, so I gotta weasel something out of her. Hope you're doing well. Egg. There's one thing you can say, it's egg. That is the most decisive argument of them all. Which came first, chicken or the egg? Doesn't matter. What matters is egg. It's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tanero. It's highly likely, SpongeBob meme. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence, Be quiet! You're a disgrace! Wait! I thought they made up. I thought they were happy. I guess that's the end of Ace Attorney 3, isn't it? Dang! Still some trouble at home, I see. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Mr. I-Fly piggy bank? Yes! She is also the only person with a key to open that display case. I can't... Oh no! Oh wait! There we go! There's a little bit something more.
Objection!
The plant came first. Wait a minute. I was about to argue. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. I watch Scooby-Doo. I know what it is. It's always red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it is a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where does it go? I got an idea. I just gotta wait for it to hit me. Wait a minute, I do! Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. Oh, I remember the answer. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. How to prove it, though? What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? The crime scene itself. I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail. We might turn up the murder weapon if we search all of the cargo and the luggage. Wait, no, that's not what I was thinking of. I'm gonna lose health. Did you think I hadn't thought of that? Even now we're searching through them. But we haven't found anything that even remotely resembles a murder weapon. Alright then. No, Edgeworth, turn your thinking around. This is one of the most stressful parts of an Ace Attorney game, when you know the answer, but you don't know how to tell the game what it is. I suppose we should examine something else. Maybe we still need to think about, like, what about the piggy bank rules it out as the murder weapon? I mean, we got enough help to check everything. Ace Attorney Halloween Special, Salem Witch Trials. You know, I was actually kind of thinking, like, there should be more Ace Attorney crossovers. The fact that Professor Layton Ace Attorney ever happened was a miracle. And I thought when that was announced that he would like kick off this thing where Ace Attorney would cross over with things like, I don't know, other DS games of the era, maybe Trauma Center or Persona, or even like Danganronpa Ace Attorney. It would make so much sense. Maybe Danganronpa with Ace Attorney mechanics. It would be much less stressful. We should examine the bank itself once more to determine if it is the real murder weapon. If this is the real weapon, it should be damaged or perhaps have a dent on it somewhere. We've looked into that already, and there's no sign of anything on it. But we can't discount it as the murder weapon on that fact alone. The piggy bank is, after all, made of a stronger material than human flesh. Alright, well, there's only one thing left then. Let's go. The body itself. Oh yeah, if you're just coming on in, you might notice you know what, I'm gonna put it on screen. You might notice something new about our Manoka Smug emote. Got some nice hair. Hold on. Wait a minute. Franziska von Karmas, to be exact. Just because, you know, I associate her so much with the sass and the smugness. And to go with it, a little...
Nani? Impossible. I object.
I find that objectionable. You know, I should probably actually put this one up here. So dapper. So cover girl. Oh yeah. Looking sweet. And that fits right there. Hee. Now we cooking. Franz Egg von Karma. Von Omelet, maybe. Delicious. She's just whipping her eggs so that she can make scrambled eggs. There you go. Franziska, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. You want a Pokemon with Danganronpa mechanics? No. What, do you play Hangman's Gambit by catching Pokemon? Give me a Pikachu! I need a Pikachu! Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say, oh, right, yeah, the autopsy didn't happen. That makes sense. If I had remembered that fact. The fact that I play these, like, in between days, I forget certain things. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? I was thinking he was gonna go there if I said check the murder weapon, but I guess I have to take these things literally. Scruffy!
Yes, sir?
That's just his name, Scruffy Gumshoe. Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy.
Yes, sir!
Okay, bye. What we got? One autopsy? Two autopsies? Uh-oh, what's going on? Is the coroner also dead?
We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
What is it now? What is it, detective?
They're still doing the autopsy, but they said they already know this one thing for sure.
Report, now!
The doc said it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back.
So not the head. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area. So it seems to me that whatever the weapon was, it was big. Keep that in mind. Here we go. Hammy, what's up? You got French fries. Delicious. I actually had tacos for dinner, and I made them myself, and I'm a little bit proud. Because I've been lazy for cooking recently, because, you know, a lot of people are right now. But you know what? We gotta get back into it. I got some chorizo tacos with the cheese and vegetables. Very nice. Very healthier than I've been recently. But definitely healthier than Gumshoe's diet of instant noodles.
Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
Oh boy. Scruffy! What is had the grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean?
Well, that's,
What? Spit it out! I don't have all day! Get a job or something! Go outside! Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective?
Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir.
Inconclusive. You're completely useless! Is that anything new? Is that any new information? You know what's not useless? You know what's not useless? Tacos. But also, a rape from Sprint. Sprint. How was the rest of Fairy Tale? How you doing? How was your stream? Hope it was pretty good. Guys, check out Sprint. He's a very kind and generous individual who likes to give back to the communities of me and my friends, and I cannot thank him enough. And he likes to play RPGs. So, you know, big overlap with the kind of games I'm into. Let's go. Although he plays a couple more of the more modern RPGs that admittedly I have been, like, slacking on playing. I like to play the classics, but still, though, I'm all for it. A lot of dialogue. Oh, yeah, I know that problem. Makes these games take a lot longer to stream than it would be to play on your own, because normally you'd be, like, skipping them all, huh? Lots of fun. Lots of fun. We're finding more things about the circumstances of this man's death. He was murdered on a plane, and the murder weapon was this small little, like, statue thing over here. Like, let me show you it. But results of the autopsy, while they're still ongoing, say that the victim was beaten over a wide area, over, like, his entire back, or a good chunk of it. So either the murderer had a really, really big grudge to just murder him with just that much force with a tiny little piggy bank, or the actual weapon is something a bit bigger. You're completely useless! And yeah, she does have a whip. Whip it good.
Yo!
Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, you remove yourself from my way. Is that who I think it is? What is all that racket? Francisca already knows how Gumshoe operates. That is exactly her fault. Let's go. My luggage, my cargo. They're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo home. Please understand and have a little patience. Please understand. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think you get... What are you... You have left me no choice but to use strong force! Ah! You won't get past me! Oh... Ooh. It's a moment of revelation. This is... Wait. That's it! So that's what this whole thing has been about. Further, there was the matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. Hey, look. It really is anime. We're flashbacking like 5 minutes ago. While he's in the middle of falling. There he goes. After all, you know that we searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. Let's see, nothing was found in the cargo hold to be a murder weapon, but what if the murder weapon was the cargo hold? Oh shoot, that is a detailed image.
Ow, ew. The doc said it's from one giant bruise from a beating down his shoulder down to his mid-back.
Oh no, we got another dead. No, he's alive. Sadly. Mr. LeBlanc, thank you for helping us piece it all together. Bum 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 ba dum ba dum bum ba lo da lo. Dun 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 ba lo da lo. So let's see. Like, I know what I had to do. I just need to find out which ones connect right away. So, cause of death is probably the last thing. We have to figure out what actually killed him first. So weapon can't be found. Smuggling. That would be why he died. Let's just try these two. I got time to spare. I got life to spare. Nope, not that.
What if it wasn't a weapon at all?
He just spontaneously combusted. I can't see it clear. It's death. Bop 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 bop. Dun dun dun. If the murder weapon was stronger than flesh, why would Hicks need to be hit so many times? Maybe not so many times, but... maybe these connect because they're inconsistent. I'm getting a little bit of the Danganronpa problem here. We're like... there we go. I'm not sure if I'm connecting things because they are consistent with each other or if they disagree with each other. I gotta think Ace Attorney. It's more usually a contradiction. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there was extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. Backstab! Dun, 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 dun. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Oh? We got weapons in the chat. Watch out, guys. How did you get that past TSA? Oh my gosh, there's guns everywhere. Oh, that's not good. Let's see. Sizable weapon couldn't be found. But what if? Come on, put them together, baby. I know, I believe in your brain, Edgeworth. It's better than mine. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. Dun dun dun!
What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here?
Francisca! For what? What do you want? Don't yell at me. I'm right here. I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon.
Dun 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 dun!
A wooden gun, the coconut gun. The bane of Magneto everywhere. You did?
He really jumped.
We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this entire time.
He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs.
There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. A little hypocritical. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back up yourself with evidence.
You two aren't listening at all, are you?
I mean, to be fair, I don't think we ever really cared about Mr. LeBlanc's well-being. The real murder weapon. The same thing that got Professor X. Stairs! Show the real murder weapon. I don't have it in my evidence. It's right in front of you, can't you see? I don't have any evidence to show you. It doesn't exactly fit in my pocket. I warned you about stairs, bro. It keeps happening. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. Fool? What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent X's death is incorporeal. Okay, maybe not that much. I'll just point at the ground. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of death. Free falling. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground.
He
Fell to his death? On a plane. You'd never expect it, but on a plane this big, yes. That's one of the things that's like, the game gives you pieces to help you try and figure out what happened, but until you see that this plane actually is that huge and there's a room which you could legitimately fall from the top of the stairs and die from, you wouldn't think of it necessarily as the cause of death. Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. His Where's that? What's that sound I make when I think of a joke that I probably shouldn't say? And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane with which he could fall from? We're there. As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us this entire time. Or rather, right below us. You can't mean. Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs from this very cargo hold.
What? Then we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs.
What? Gumshoe was still concerned with LeBlanc. He's fine, he got up though.
Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal.
Quiet! Why are you screaming?
He's alive.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. Oh, no. Edgeworth's got that look. That smug, pompous look in his eyes. Look at that brow, that furrowed brow. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then?
He would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, sir. That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. Unfortunately, he is. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there's no proof it was always there. Okay, now we're being hypothetical again. Yeah. Ace Attorney, let's go. Ha! As if there could have been a window of time when the giant box was not there. Oh, but there's a piece of evidence we haven't even looked at. Hey, look. That says Zhengfa, doesn't it? What was on the giant box? Zhengfa Express. Let's go. But there was. What? What? Well, can I used to show her that it's possible that the box was not always where it is now. Now this is a little evil, because if you never noticed that specifically the side of the box said Zhengfa, you might not put it together. But still, you can take a look at your evidence and be like, you know what? There was a period of time where where we could have maybe put some more cargo on. You refueled in the Republic of Zhengfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhengfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. There we go.
Ah, it's labeled Zhengfa Express.
Is that actual Chinese? It looks like it, but maybe not. It's a little too... Either it's very stylized, or it just is meant to resemble Chinese. Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhengfa. Look at that. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhengfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Plus, if he moved the cargo and there's a spot of blood, well, that just incriminates everything. That just incriminates the floor itself. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. For example, hiya! Edgeworth, what are you doing? I'm gonna climb up there and jump off myself. Wait a minute, that's a bad idea. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Dun, 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 dun. Another investigation already? You wouldn't expect it, but no, there you go. Caitlin, what's up? How you doing? We're investigating murders. Right now we're trying to prove that somebody fell from a great height. We're, believe it or not, on a plane right now. Giant cargo hold, right? It's huge. And basically the whole thing that prevents us ourselves from being accused of the murder is proving whether or not the victim fell from the stairs over here. Let's go. My game screen is perfect. Ah, yeah, well, you know, my Nintendo DS, wink, has a very nice graphical mod on it. I'm running on an emulator. I do own this game. I don't know where it is. I played it in college, so it's probably in one of the boxes I had, like, moving out of one of my dorms. But this is on emulator, and I made sure that the scaling was, like, perfect. The size of the screen right now is, I think, exactly 3 times the size of a DS screen to fit 720p. Oh yeah, I calculated everything. All according to Keikaku. Hope you're doing well, Caitlin. You're playing Crystal Chronicles. Oh yeah, I played that with Obes not too long ago, and it is super fun. Definitely a game from the GameCube era, not originally made for online play, but it works, and that's all I really could have asked for. All I could have asked for. Glad you're having fun. Dusty Kuga is glad I'm playing this very anime. It sure is. Probably one of the most anime games out of the series. This is a rather large piece of cargo.
There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue? Never heard of it.
Nor I, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime.
Then let's get investigating, sir.
LeBlanc, stop right there.
Look here. Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission.
Don't rush up on me like that, pal.
So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. Alright. From Mr. I don't know what part of the world you're supposed to be from. Like, honestly, Borginia sounds like it has elements from, like, Africa and Eastern Europe and Northern Europe, and just, like, vaguely somewhere in Europe, basically. Here for it's gonna have a good, have a good night. Here for it, thanks for, being here for it. And, hope to catch you again soon. Have a good night, okay? I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc.
Of course, it is mine. I ship this fine piece of art from Europe. This Aleph Red statue is worth 10 million cents? No, maybe much, much more?
I've generated Borginian accent since the last 2 times I voiced him. I'm just like trying to make it sound way more different from Francisca. Because that's an actual accent. This I'm trying to make it up. Oh, you're saying, Night Mage is lurking. I didn't even see it. Have a good lurk, Night Mage. Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. I can't think of much other planes that would fit this huge thing. Whew. Huge thing? I'll give that a yeah, haha.
10 million cents?
I mean, I guess that's what, $100,000? That's still a lot. I'm not sure about, like, for a piece of art, it's a lot, but that's a lot. It's a lot for me. Maybe not. Like, how much does, like, say, I don't know, a Picasso painting go for? I wouldn't be surprised if it's a million. So to me, 100,000 doesn't sound as expensive. All according to Cake. Da-da-da. I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, detective. Alright, game. You can only lean on that joke for so long. I love it. But don't overplay it.
Darn, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year.
You know what Gumshoe would love? He would love the plastic model cup noodles that Bandai is making. Like, you can get a 1-to-1 scale model. And the funniest thing to me is that it costs way more than an actual cup of cup noodles. Like, what is a cup noodles these days? Like 20 cents? Like, I remember there were like, I don't know. You bought them for 50 cents in college, but you knew they only cost like 10, 20. Check this out. You might have to do a double take, because it is not just an ordinary cup noodle. No. Come on. It is made of plastic. Look at this. It is the model kit, just like a Gundam. You put it together. I've mentioned this before on stream, but I'm mentioning it again. Gumshoe would have a collection of these, and then also trying to eat them because he was hungry. Let's go. I'm very tempted to get it, but that's money I could actually spend on a Gundam, you know? Like that, why? I'll just buy a real cup noodle. Much cheaper. Much cheaper. Yeah. Kuga's glad I have the Detective Prince Vibin Naota to accompany me. Yeah, Vibin Naota's actually been feeding me a lot more of the evidence and clues. Gumshoe's just here for comic relief, to keep us, you know, entertained. Vibin Naota also provides entertainment, so might be docking Gumshoe's pay very soon. He'd also like sweets. Give him a treat, like a little doggy biscuit every time he does something useful. Let's go. You can buy 4 cup noodles for $1 at your store. That's 25 cents each. That's still a little expensive, but not unheard of. You gotta get what you can get. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun, I still have the distinct impression that he continues to madly spin in place. Very poetic. Spin!
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars?
Are cents of euros still called cents? Does it really make a difference to our case? Were you thinking of buying it? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a little closer.
It is a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching.
Let's go. You think Euro cents are called cents? That makes sense. If you want to gamble your stream points, you do exclamation point gamble and then the amount. Or with roulette and the amount. If you want to gamble all, it's gamble all. That's the only one I know how to use. Heck yeah. Honestly, that's the only thing the stream points are for, so if you want it, you definitely can. Alright, so he's not gonna give us anything unless we present him something, probably. But what is that? Maybe the cargo? I mean, there's no penalty to just showing him everything, so let's go. Dun-dun. Wait, he wants me to pay him before he'll comment on this? Pay him? What do you mean? Can I bribe him?
Why do you show me something of no value? Show me the bread first, and maybe we'll talk.
Pay him? What do you mean? Speak English, sir. Here, you can have your boxers back.
What a waste! How horrible to see a piceless price of cloth soiled.
I assure you it wasn't me. I believe it to be the work of the killer.
I will teach that killer a lesson. You can be sure I will. It will be the LeBlanc Revolution.
I think he meant the LeBlanc Retribution, but either way, it sounds intimidating. What did he specifically want to see? That's the thing. Do-do-ba-ba-do-ba-do-ba. Let's see. A piece of art. You don't think the art itself was being smuggled? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey! That's the trick to this game. If you ever feel like you've hit a dead end, check your logic. Check your logic. If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with a smuggling ring, then it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zhengfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Wait, do we already know it's fake? Well, it's fake. Too bad. Priceless, more like worthless. Is gamble on cooldown. Only a couple of seconds. But you can do it to your heart's content. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake.
What? How dare you say my art is fake?
I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring.
Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here.
Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. Airway bill. I can't read this. What does it say?
It says as plain as day that the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. No, wait, no. Yeah, but the statue may have been, but the box, whatever is under there, it may have moved the Borginian statue out of the way. Which means that there was never a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. Let's go. We're running out of options here. Nuiki, what's up? Coming in with the gamble. Look at you, Club 0 position. Still the captain of the club. That's not what I expect. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see if I am right.
Oh, yeah. It's looking very, regal. Is that not the statue that Hicks was standing in front of in the... Yeah, it was. Let's see how that becomes important. This! I know I've seen this somewhere before.
This is the Aleph Red?
It's not very red to me.
It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. Smells like chicken flavor cup noodles.
This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
Alfred statue data. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Don't look too close. You'll invoke the ancient curse that turns your organs inside out. So this is the infamous Aleph Red statue.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something?
There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. Oh, now we can at least compare it to the photo from here. Yeah, shouldn't his eyes be red? Like, I'm colorblind. Even I can tell that they're wrong. Let's go. Look at Vibinato having a full-on conversation with the chickens. Just, you know, just the girl talk. Oh, baby, those eyes. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Are these eyes made of some sort of gem?
That's a real nice shade of orange. For a sec, I couldn't even tell they were jewels. Oh, but they kind of remind me of the eyes of this stray cat that lives near my house.
Are my eyes supposed to be this color? Is it possible this statue was a fake? Faker! I found you, faker! Oops. No, we're saving that for later. I know we can deduce with the picture, but let me see if there's anything else to look at here. Faker? You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be my fake! I'll make you eat those words. What's this?
The statue looks like it's stepping all over the neighbor's cloth cover. It kind of resembles its owner's attitude in a sense.
Yo, what did you say now? Further, my clothing is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen.
Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate.
Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it.
Uh-huh. Sometimes it feels like when I'm trying to explain things to my parents, they are not from the US, so sometimes English is lost on them. I'm just like, you know what? I'll handle it, Mom and Dad. Let's see. Maybe the statue itself. So this is the Aleph Red statue. I swear I've seen this somewhere before.
No wonder this thing is worth 10 million cents. Look at how it sparkles, sir.
I wouldn't call it sparkling, detective. More along the lines of dully shining. Alright, let's deduce. Is this spot somehow connected to evidence? I will submit the evidence. Here, I'll even use the microphone. Eureka! Ah, there it is. Yeah, baby. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Hee.
Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir.
Are sunsets different in the year of our Lord 20 whatever this is? Yeah, it was after, you know, the incident. I don't think you see what I'm talking about.
No, I do. But it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Oh, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spitting with my arms out until I felt ill.
I don't care about sunsets or your childhood. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Look at this photograph.
Huh? Sir, they're red.
Guys, voicing Gumshoe was very fun. As I thought, this statue is a fake! Mr. LeBlanc.
What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I will allow you 2 seconds for your answer.
The Aleph Red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story.
That goes for you, all of you at home as well. Let's go. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but that thing ain't even worth 10 cents, let alone 10 million. Boom.
What is that? Sympathy? For what?
You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes.
That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you.
Not my eyes. Wait a minute. I think Edgeworth has pretty eyes. Don't you make him feel bad. Edgy boy is not worthy of this slander. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo.
Why the sudden yelling? Now then. Oh. It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe.
Oh, it is a photo of the statue in the museum and display on Europe.
Oh no.
2 hours later. Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? Do you see with your special eyes? The statue before us is a fake. Smug. I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhengfa. The fact that the statue is on top of the Zhengfa tarp. And I will present to you the evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Burp. Beep, 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 beep. Scanning. Scanning. Looking for evidence. Evidence found. Evidence found. Here. What's this? Oh, well.
It kind of resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. Yo, what did you say now?
So, I read this already, but the dialogue is not letting me fast forward. So it, interesting.
Deduce! Deduce me!
Hold on. I got it. It's right there. There? Okay, so there's no connection. Hold on, let me go back to my logic. I know what I have to say, I just need to tell the game it. As, you know, usual in a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney style game. Oh, I can't go to my logic right now. Interesting. So I just gotta keep looking at this. Yeah, I can't back out. Ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum bum boom. See, maybe there's something I still haven't checked. So, this Aleph Red is a fake.
That art dealer isn't looking too happy about it either, sir.
I will get to the bottom of this for his sake as well as mine. We just have to make Edgeworth put together the pieces that this actually was onboarded after. Do 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 do. That's a fake. Oh, look at that! We can examine it itself. Now this is kind of awkward because we can see the statue in front of us, and we're currently looking at it. But also, if we got this nice little 3D model, look at that! Someone at Capcom had to model this. You know, I'd be very surprised if you like looked at the bottom and there was like blood here. Like, how did we turn this giant statue on its bottom? The jewels in the eye sockets, they were made to look just like real gems.
So you mean these aren't real?
Do you really think the forgers would waste that kind of money on a replica?
I guess not. Ooh, I just got a really great idea. I can probably find some rocks down by the river I can polish up to look like real jewels. I think I'll try that out and give one to Maggie as a present next time.
Gumshoe and Maggie forever! I wonder if he's serious, and I wonder if I should try to stop him if he is. Don't! It'll be a handmade present. It's not like Gumshoe can go out and buy something. I'm sure she'll love a gummy. Oh, you know she will. Doesn't look like there's anything else I can examine about the statue itself. And which, if that's the case, why is it even in my inventory? Now, there's gotta be something. We'll speed this up. Yup. Still just the eyes. Come on, DS Stylus, go. Scanning. Ah, that looks like that's it then. Take a closer look at everything we got. Alright, back to the cargo hold. Examine. What's this? Nope, same thing. Oops. Well, we're going back. The leftover suitcases sit here, lined up in two pretty neat rows. You're pretty neat. Too bad for Mr. Nero, but this design is unmarketable. Not to mention the price tag.
Oh, why don't they sell them at the airport and have a bargain basement sale? Buy one, get one free. If you win the raffle, you get one more for free. How about those ideas, sir?
I'd hate to be the sad sap that ends up with 3 of these, especially since Carry On Limit is 2. I mean, I would like one, just because I feel bad for Mr. Nero, but still, just one. I think if they do that, everyone would lose. Everyone. Oof. Ouch. Pretty good marketing strategy, though. Better than just giving them away, I guess. It's a fake. Bada boom, bada bing. There's a Jengfa. What have we here?
It says Jengfa Express on the cloth, sir.
Something is tugging on the corner of my mind, as though something is out of place. Suspicious. So what I want to say, I want to tell the game, hey, if this is on top of the Jengfa thing, then clearly the statue was loaded on after. Just, I'm not 100% sure what I should be deducing with. I'm thinking maybe the statue itself and the Jengfa box. Hold on. Let me point to where it's on top. That's my best guess at this point. There we go. There is clearly a contradiction here.
What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. It's not possible.
But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought aboard in Jengfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Jengfa. Which means it was swapped out with a real one.
But then what about the cargo certificate?
Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There is one reason why. To secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight.
So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed.
That may be true. However, you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. Hey, hold on, hey. Who signed this? I can't read it, it's too scribbly. It's just a rule of fact that as you get older, your signature gets less and less legible. I know mine has. It looks like chicken scratches. Investigation complete. You win. Winning is relative, but at least I got all my health back.
I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nailed, huh?
Thank you for the joke, Nuiki.
Who could have done this?
Who did this? Yes, while this photo could have been seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Dun dun dun! The genius! You try. Well, you succeed, Nuiki. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board.
A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Jengfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler.
Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Jengfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death.
Officer! Move the statue immediately! I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath! Now!
Move it immediately. That thing must weigh tons. Forensics.
Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings.
Go on.
After moving the Aleph Red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction.
Whoa! If this was rise from the ashes, I would have done that myself. Thank you, forensics, depriving me of gameplay features.
I see. There was a reaction to the luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot.
Can we stop looking at it now, sirs?
Yeah, there's Gumshoe, squeamish of blood as always. It would seem that my deductions were correct after all.
I suppose it would appear that way.
The culprit cleaned the blood up well.
And how do you think the killer did that?
How did the killer clean up all the blood?
With a mop!
Why is this in contention? With a Virginian cloth.
Take that!
He was honestly grasping at straws there. Like, why are they asking me this now? Oh yeah, we do have a bloody cloth. The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. Back then it was just a cloth, you see.
I see. I see.
I see.
They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhengfa.
Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover.
So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhengfa?
There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then this throws a certain person's testimony to doubt. Uh-oh. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhengfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Wait a minute, stop, hold on, wait. It's either Miss Meals or Mr. LeBlanc's. Because I don't trust either of them. That's pretty much it. There we go. Miss Meals' testimony, the one that specifically says that Mr. Hicks was in his seat. But he can't have been because he was dead. Boom. Recall Miss Meals' testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhengfa. Please be LeBlanc's. He's just suspicious in general, sadly enough.
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in the seat at 5 a.m., you know.
She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but...
That totally contradicts the facts, sir.
But why would she lie about something like that?
I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. I'm resisting the temptation to call her Miss Mealy.
Mealy.
More like Miss Mealworm. Reveal her for the worm she is! Let's go. Have a little safe break. Take a sip of water. And we're going back into it, lads. Gee, I wonder who's the most suspicious one in this entire case. March 12th, 3:35 p.m. Edgeworth has not slept a wink for at least 12 hours. I guess, do you feel rested when you wake up from being passed out? I've never been passed out myself, and I don't want to test that. I-390 lower deck cargo hold. She making bubbles. Oh, okay. I get it now. She's making bubbles because she's sleepy, and they're the snot bubbles that come out, which is gross, by the way. I don't know why anime always depicts it as like you make bubbles when you sleep. Miss Meal? Miss Meal? Do you recall what you said earlier about when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhengfa? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhengfa. Just rolling. Miss Cammy Meal?
Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did?
No one can make a mistake so large, Miss Meal.
But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time.
Boo-boo? How old are you? 24. She's impossible.
This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction.
Very well, Miss Meal. If you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span from just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found.
Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth?
I ain't telling you nothing. Not unless you talk to me first. You go. I stay. No following. All right, we about to reveal them truth bombs.
Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room by all by my lonesome self.
Already wrong.
Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
You did said the same thing twice. How was a man supposed to react to a testimony like that?
With the finger! Point! Point!
Come on, what do we got? We know for a fact that Miss Tenero was in the flight attendant's room while we were passed out. So, already not alone. Miss Meal, wake up! Oh, she fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Okay, wait a minute, Edgeworth. Maybe you shouldn't be so hands-on. I just love this testimony so much. What? Oh yes, this is the contradiction. Your sleepiness contradicts the fact that I am a lawyer. Stop it right now. Miss Meal, wake up! Grab a brush and put a little makeup. Why do you leave the keys up on the table?
I'm awake.
Miles Edgeworth, I demand you do something about this flight attendant this instant. You are the one with the whip. Why ask me? Why? There you go. Why ask me to wake her up when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use? Because Francisca wouldn't dare whip a woman? That's why. Let's go. Weak testimony. Ironically, the weak testimony is the strongest testimony in these games because you got nothing to work with. That's the problem. Can we even call it testimony? I call it sleeping. I call it the recordings of my sleep app. Guys, I use a sleep app to record, like, it like records the sounds happening in the room to guess when I'm awake. Because if it can tell whether I'm shifting and like turning in bed. And it can use that to determine like, oh, he's probably awake right before his alarm goes off. So let's wake him up now so that he can be, you know, a little better rested. Because that's how sleep works. It works in cycles, you know? And they actually really work. I recommend it. I recommend those kinds of apps. But the thing is, it records you when you sleep so that you can listen to it. So if you snore, it'll just be like this ugly... And you do not want to hear that recording of yourself. I don't... As far as I know, I don't snore. But sometimes I do, and I can never tell when. I mean... One of the reasons I got the app is to check that, and I don't know. People be telling me things whenever I go out, like, traveling with people and we have to share, like, a bedroom. If I remember correctly, food was being served in the first class in the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m. You sleep talk? Hey, maybe you'll come up with the next plot to a novel or something. Francisca wouldn't dare whip a woman. Oh, really? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda.
What exactly do you do here? Then what were you doing in that attendance room at that time?
Eating and then having the most delicious dream.
You mean you were neglecting your duties?
No way! Sleeping is part of our job too, you know.
Maybe your job? Getting paid to sleep because the captain's your little boy toy? Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, what? Miss Goyle. Sprint sleep argues. Uh-oh. Maybe you should sleep argue with yourself? Like, record it and then, like, come up with rebuttals? Maybe you were Edgeworth in your sleep, but Phoenix in the daytime. Oh? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Miss Meal, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up!
I'm awake.
Like, she wouldn't dare. Oh, it's Gumshoe.
Ouch! What did you whip me for, sir?
Ooh, what did I miss?
You know, just a little bit of Born detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead.
Really? Sorry about that.
You can make amends for that by continuing with your testimony. I don't think that whipping's gonna happen anytime soon. Bully! Why Gumshoe? Always Gumshoe, that's why. What you're saying is you got sleep evidence. I will submit the evidence. You know, I played a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when they first came out. I was in college at the time. But I never really got to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate. And it's a shame because Phoenix Wright is in that game. And I want to show you guys his special. When you like he's a lawyer. How does he... What does his super move look like? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. And it's exactly what you'd expect. Check it out, check it out. Okay, somebody's edited an intro to it. Let's go. From activate. Dun 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 dun.
Ready? Fight!
Do the super. Oh, I see. This is a combo video.
Justice, no dream, no hope. Danger. Your crimes. Take this. Down. Excellent.
He's guilty. The Hulk is guilty of being blue. I hope that music doesn't get me freaking copyright claimed. I wanted to just get it without the music. Oh, thank you, Mr. KCAG814 on YouTube. I've stolen your content. Let's go.
Hold it.
5 to 6. Where's your alibi? UGLY, you ain't got none. Kind of like the music. I think it's an actual remix of music from Ace Attorney 3. Oh, it's from the Ace Attorney meets Jazz Soul album. I know that album. It's a nice one. It's a nice one. I was playing the great revival Edgeworth theme from that one earlier. Okay, that should be safe, I think. So you weren't alone the entire time, were you?
Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi.
Oh, well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi.
Hi.
What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Is there even a question, Mr. Edgeworth? He's asking himself because the judge isn't here to ask the obvious questions. Miss Meal, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. Because we know that Miss Tenero went in to drop off her suitcase. Let's go.
Take that.
I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal.
Huh? A receipt? For what?
It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. That's Phoenix Wright Super. The guilty just die. Uh-oh. No alibi, no witness, no justice, no hope. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m. Miss Tenero. Oh, she was here. Whoops.
Yes? Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now.
I requested that she be present as a witness so that we maybe... I didn't even realize she was in the room. I greatly apologize. I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Whoops. You know, she just... What was the character in Ace Attorney 1 who is so, like, nondescript that nobody ever notices when they're in the room? Was it Penny Nichols? I think it was. Uh-oh, she ain't got no rebut but. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., also listen to this banging theme. It's my theme music. That's how you know you're in trouble. Oh, yes, the band is here. Not just Miss Tenero, the entire orchestra. You took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct? Dun, dun, da-da-da-da.
Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off.
Now, did you see neither hide nor heel of Miss Meal in there? Did you see Miss Mealy there at the time? So Sapphire, what's up? We're on the verge of discovering something big. Hope you're doing good.
No.
So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m. when the big ideas hit? Miss Cammy Meal!
Huh? Well, the bathroom?
I'll be the one to ask the questions here.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know.
Wait a minute, we're even... Does the in-flight attendant room have a bathroom? I don't think it did. You take me for a fool? That's a bit too convenient to be true. So what, you just conveniently left at that time? I don't know.
But it's the truth. Cross my heart.
Your dirty, filthy, cold heart? I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage.
You don't believe me, do ya? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out?
Okay, what you got? What you got, Miss Mealy? What excuse have you just dreamed up while you were sleeping?
Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew, but you think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard and the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious.
Please give us more rope to hang you with. Dang, guys. Harsh. Please leave Miss Tenera out of the conversation. Only you are able to prevent forest fires. The one lit under your bum right now. You are under suspicion for now.
I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda.
Sorry, Miss Meal. Edgeworth's only got eyes for Mr. Right. Wait a minute. Maybe that's just the manga I read. Wait a minute. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? It flew right over his head. Oh, Edgy is too pure. This man has like not even an ounce of sexual desire in his entire body.
Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kind of...
I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Oh. Uh-oh. She kind of what? She kind of lied. Oops. Sorry, Edgeworth. You'll miss your chance. So Sapphire's doing well, if a little tired. Oh, I know how that be. That's me. Maybe Miss Meal is just us, sleeping on the job. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. What is this, the playground? Rebut, but, part 3. Reasons for suspicion.
Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew.
I'm suspecting you because you're very suspicious. I object. I find you very objectionable. No, it's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Mr. Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies. Lies! Oops, sorry. I picked the mic. I could hear it.
But say I wasn't an attendant. You wouldn't suspect me then, would you?
Yeah, I mean... True, but you are, so I do. I suppose that's true enough.
But you think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too?
She is already being detained for further questioning, or have you already forgotten? You are an attendant. Don't try to confuse me with your wily ways. You're bringing me down to your level and beating me with experience with regards to mental fortitude.
Oh yeah, guess I just forgot. Cammy, don't tell me you suspect me too. Sorry, can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else who could have done it.
I can't believe you would think that.
I mean me, a killer?
Miss Meal, what did you mean just now by no one else who could have done it? The only woman Edgeworth has eyes for is Lady Justice herself. Well said. Well said, Goku. She's blind. She tips the scales. She's basically Robin from Fire Emblem. Time to tip the scales.
She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard and the shop, you know.
Whip. And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal?
I I take care of the attendance room.
With how much of a mess that your part of the room is, I doubt it. That doesn't count.
What? I spend so much time in there. It might as well be my responsibility.
Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages, so she assists passengers who may not speak English, especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one on this flight who's fluent.
I wonder why that is.
Oh, you mean that kind of what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Why didn't you say so?
What else could I have meant? Edgeworth cannot catch a break. He gives off that very Doctor Who feeling of like, he's the smartest person in the room, so he has to spend time dealing with everybody else who isn't.
Yeah, so I'm pretty good at Borginian.
She's fluent in Borginian? Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian? Ah, there we go. There's a connection now.
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian.
Very interesting. Very interdasting.
Oh no! Not that interesting.
So, I didn't become a piece of evidence though. I can't exactly object to it. Dun 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 dun. But say in this
Hypothetical scenario I've entirely designed present my argument in a favorable light.
she's very...
If there's anything that the later Ace Attorney games do a lot compared to the first ones, they get super clever with writing the argument such that nothing is revealed before it's relevant. It's better for the gameplay because there's always one specific statement that you have to object to. But it also makes the villains seem so much... It makes them seem so much more clever when it's really the writers having to do it that way. Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes.
Huh? But why?
It's good characterization and game design. It's one of the things I really like about the Ace Attorney series. Exactly, absolutely. While Miss Tenero is busy with the passengers and all of the other duties, you have a lot of free time with your hands, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime.
Hey, Edgeworth, that rhymed. You should go with the rap.
Not now, Gumshoe. I'll record my mixtape later.
Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you cease and desist in this line of conjectural questioning and rap. I won't allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense lawyer.
What lawyer? Who are you talking about? What do you mean? But I do not honestly believe Miss Meal does any actual work aboard this flight.
Oh, that's not true, Mr. Edgeworth. Although, well... all I'm in charge of are the attendance room and some Borginians.
There you go.
Hold it!
That's what we can present against.
So what exactly do you do as the one in charge of some Borginian stuff?
Colin, how you doing?
Pretty smug. You put glasses on the smug Francisca chicken. I see you've taken notice. Looking very... You know what? He does look like Dante from Devil May Cry. Bang, bang. Pull my chicken trigger. Like right here. Like right here. Right here. Right here. Hold on, let me simulate that. This is what I'm looking at in chat right now. Dun 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 dun. Just let me get a little sunglasses action over here. Put that on my desktop. Download it. There we go. Oh, that's big. Oh, that's big. There, that's smaller. Oh, that's smaller. Put them on. Come on. Yeah! It really does remind me of Dante or some edgy 90s to early 2000s action hero, doesn't it? Pretty good. Oh, she ate my Naruto. Wait a minute, give her back.
Sorry.
Now, be nice, chicken. Be nice. You may be smug, but you can't do whatever you want.
I do stuff like translate things from and into Borginian.
Cammy is the only member of the crew who understands Borginian, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Meal, I take it then that it is your job to process all the Volginian paperwork.
Yeah, see, I totally pull my weight around here.
So it would appear. It appears that weight is concentrated in one specific place. Your skills in Volginian. Perhaps I should ask her for a few more details about her work. And, Miss Meal, it is very unladylike to push suspicion onto someone else.
That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying that Rhoda is very sus.
There you go, pushing everything onto her again. Maybe he does have a crush.
I don't get what you're saying. It must be a really abstract concept, huh?
The only thing abstract here is the landscape inside your head. Eee! I need an epic burn. There we go, that's what we got. Just put Edgeworth's face on this right now, that's him. Specialist. How you doing, Coleman, by the way? Nice gamble 420. Doing good, I hope. Hope everybody's doing well. Come on, we got something on her. All we gotta do is present it. Hold on, I skipped it by accident. It's funny to me that the general gameplay loop of Ace Attorney has not changed since the first game. Like, there are little gimmicks in between, in the trials, here and there. For the most part, it's messed up again. For the most part, it's just like listen to the testimony, find the one statement, and then hit him with the evidence. Let's go. Hold on. Okay, here's the one. Here's the one. Okay. And then that means that she signed this document, huh?
Objection!
Dun, da, da, da. If this was a session of Among Us, she would have been ejected out of the plane in an hour again. I haven't seen people play Among Us, but it's kind of like that push the button game, right? It's like one of those werewolf mafia things. I've been wanting to play it, and I've been invited to some sessions, but I'm like always at work. Someday I'll figure out how it all works, and I'm going to lie my butt off because I love hidden identity games so much. So, you are the only one on this flight crew that speaks Volginian. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. I guess so. I studied abroad in Bohemia for a while.
Sure. And you're totally not a spy. If that's the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? Does it? Does it even look like Cammy Meal? That does not look like Cammy Meal at all. Neither the signature on the bottom, the top left, or the top right. Like, maybe the one on the top left starts with a C. Maybe it kind of maybe says C Meal. But I have to like squint to really like justify that. Hello, welcome back, Weedy. We're about to expose this liar for what she truly is. Heck yeah. Dun, 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 dun. She giving us that Metal Gear Solid. Ding. You went to lunch. Ooh, what'd you have? Was it something good? I hope it was chicken, as always. I hope you had a nice lunch. M. Draco is sorry for being aggressive that the writers did a good job of making a character that makes you angry. Hey, it's a testament to the writers. I'd say that's a good thing. Also, oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, mate. We got a little epic raid going on here during the tense moments. Hey, Mac the Void. Can we get a shout out for Mac the Void? Thank you for that raid. What's up, Chrissy Paulrine, Jake Kristen? What's up, 711-2? How you doing? Barry Clary. Hope you're well. That's a raid. Stick 'em up. Wait. We're in the middle of solving another case. Don't commit another crime. This is too much. I may be a prosecutor in this game, but there's only so much I can detective. How you doing, Mac? Oh, we're playing Tabletop Simulator. What were you playing? Hope it went well, and welcome on in, everybody, if you don't know me. If you don't know Mac, first of all, go follow him. Pretty cool dude. Plays a lot of fun games. Play Tabletop Simulator. And, I think I didn't see what you were playing earlier, but I think you were also streaming something else earlier today. Welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Chris. I play a lot of RPGs and Nintendo games, and sometimes visual novels where I read the voices out loud and try to give you guys the definitive experience. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecuting attorney. He's not usually the protagonist of this series, but this time,
He's solving mysteries all on his own. Undercovering a secret smuggling ring, maybe?
Let's go.
Pastel Menace, what's up? How you doing? There you go, Metal Gear Solid. That's why that stood out to me. I specifically wanted to mention that, Mac the Void. I saw you playing Metal Gear Solid. I wish I could have caught you during that, because I love that game. Edgeworth, I've always thought, has sort of a voice like Master Miller from that game. A little bit of a snobbishness, a little bit of not quite British, not quite American, as if something in between. Although, in that game, there's a reason for that, Snake. Did you like my sunglasses, brother? Yeah, sit back and enjoy while we reveal the truth. This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Bulgarian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, point! The smuggling of the Aleph Red could not have occurred. Hey, don't try to sleep this off. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. My finger is too powerful for that. Uh-oh. There you go. Ah, she's got a different face on today, huh? And look, she's not even blowing bubbles with their sleepiness anymore. She actually had a little bubble blower.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's like she's a whole different person.
It is exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to having participated in this smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation after all.
Where'd all these big words come from? It's like she actually has a brain.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
Really? All you did was sign it.
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that.
It seems she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight. So, if you missed the episode up until now, she's been playing dumb. She's been this sleepy little flight attendant who seems like she does absolutely nothing. But she was actually planted on this flight specifically to make a smuggling operation happen. Yo, there's some deep stuff going on here. The famous Ace Attorney flip. You can see it coming from a mile away, but that doesn't make it any less impactful. Look at this sprite work too. Oh, do you notice how when she brings her hand up to blow the bubble blower, it actually casts a shadow on her own body? That is attention to detail. Very big kudos to the sprite team. So yeah, that's me. That's what I do here. Welcome on in. Hope you guys are enjoying. You love Ace Attorney. I love it too. I'm taking this opportunity to play old games again that I've forgotten because I haven't played them in like a decade. The series is old. Button up the uniform. It's unprofessional. Thank Twig. What's up? I've been saying that when we first saw her, but now she's unprofessional in a different way.
Suppose, and this is just a supposition, even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Objection!
If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever start to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes.
So perhaps there's some element of a setup on play in this case. Watch out, she just blew some bubble bullets at you. Mega Man 2, anyone? Bubble! What is it called? Bubble lead? Bubble lead?
What are you talking about?
Dodge! Dodge! Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer.
Unless they're one and the same.
First it was myself, and now it is Mr. Nero who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can.
you have no proof that Rhoda isn't being set up, or that she isn't.
Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all the blame for her crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. Let me just figure what it is first. Let me look through my memory and my organizer for a second. Hold on, it's in here somewhere. It's one of these. This proves that the killer was out to frame Mr. Nero out from the very beginning. Yeah. It's one of these things. Hold on. Then the certificate. No. Maybe the how about missing some? No, not that one. The fact that that was the piggy bank. The piggy bank. Maybe this was intended to be the fake murder weapon the whole time. Take that. My thinking was that since she has the key to the shop, that was it. This piece of evidence will answer all of our questions.
Are you sleep presenting us something, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, as you can plainly see, I am wide awake.
Then I'm afraid you failed. You were making so little sense that I thought maybe you were asleep.
Talk about a Dr. Sleepy Mrs. Hyde transformation. Dr. Sleepy? Dr. Sleep? Is this it? But wasn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Oh, yeah. It's the missing cell phone. Because reasons.
Take that!
No. Hold on, we got it. It's this one. This time for sure, guys. Let's actually think about it for a second. Because they hid the body inside an iFly suitcase, I don't know if they knew that Miss Tenero was gonna they knew that Miss Tenero buys one for herself every flight. Okay, that's the piece I was missing.
Take that!
It was her suitcase. She was number one. The killer could have put in the body anywhere, and yet they chose that suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. This emulator, it's just almost perfect, but every time I hear the music going like da 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 da, it goes off key for just one note, and it cracks me up every time. However, why go through the trouble to do so? Dr. Sleep, Mr. Hyde. Translation's got some nice gems. If anything, that's what the translation team is good at. Localization. Besides the whole Japanifornia thing. Oh, look at that, she's about to rip her teddy bear's head off. Don't be mean to the poor bear.
If you do damage to the teddy bear, there might be repercussions.
The only way all these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Mr. Nero for the murder. Mr. Nero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to their plan. If only they had locked the suitcase with a TSA-approved lock. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, there it is again. Take it, not a shot, but take a little sip of water every time Edgeworth says ergo, and you'll be perfectly hydrated by the end of the stream. They made do with whoever was at hand, adapted to their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. Very convenient. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? You don't have water, but you do have Powerade. Good enough! I'm turning into Sean Connery. I kind of am. Like I said, my voices for these characters evolve over time, and I'm still like feeling them out a little bit. Do I want him to be Sean Connery? James Bond Sean Connery, maybe?
Bond, James Bond. I wish to ask you a question, but I'll save it for later.
Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway?
That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. And what special circumstance dictated the need for the killer to frame someone?
Dun 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 boom ba dun 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 dun. Where the murder took place, when the murder took place, who the murder victim was. Who the murder victim was, because whoever gets convicted would be in trouble with Interpol itself. No, maybe not. The killer was at a loss of what to do with Agent Hicks's body, but as it just so happened, there were a bunch of empty suitcases nearby. Being a skinny man, the killer thought to put his body in the suitcase and hand it off.
You mean the whole plan to frame someone was an elaborate coincidence?
No, that's not what I said. You wrongly deduced my meaning, Miss Meal.
The one with the wrong deductions is you. Think before you speak again.
Patience, Francisca. I was about to reveal the truth. The fact that this game doesn't take place in the courtroom means that the life bar isn't a penalty from the judge. It is probably his actual life, because Edgeworth can't stand to live from the embarrassment of being wrong so many times. But also, every time he gets whipped by Francisca, it literally does damage to his body. That's my headcanon. There's no penalties here, no way. When, because you have an alibi. The murder took place before the movie was scheduled to go on. Around that time, almost all of the passengers had returned to their seats. Therefore, the killer had to choose someone who was not at their seat to frame.
Isn't that an explanation for how the killer chose who and not why they had to?
Well, I thought it was best to start from there.
If you're going to talk about completely unrelated matters, do you mind if we take a nap?
Hold on, I'm just getting to the meat of my argument. Oh, yeah. Overthinking because it's in the cargo hold. Therefore, only Rhoda had access. Why did I not even consider that? The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, with no choice but to frame either Miss Tenero or myself, in other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's involved movements is not Miss Tenero or myself, but you, Miss Cammy Meal. Only you and you alone could have been the killer. And what do you mean? Yo!
Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence.
Oh, what is this music? Well, this is Mega Man ZX. This is Mega Man ZX ass tune. Like, this sounds like, I don't know, I'm about to be jumping and shooting lemons. Oh yeah. Lawman! I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still accounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture?
telephone. Take that!
I don't have any actual evidence.
I thought not.
But that's because it went missing, and still is. Try calling it? Try calling it?
Missing? What do you mean by that?
In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks's cell phone. That means she's got his number. What is it? 8675309. Or at least that's what you told me.
That's right.
But Agent Hicks's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene.
You mean the killer took the phone with him?
Precisely. I suspect that if you were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer.
Come on, get serious.
Get serious. Kick back. Are you okay? Buster Bubbo.
If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well?
You won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Of course I do.
Look at that. Look at that modern cell phone. Circa 2018, wherever this takes place in.
Agent Hicks's phone. It's ringing from somewhere, sir.
I hear it, detective. Now, where is it coming from? We're actually running around.
I wonder where it could be.
Cammy Meal! Miss Meal, wake up.
Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I got sleepy all of a sudden because it sounds like a lullaby I used to love as a child.
Oh, yeah, your mommy and daddy used to play it for you when they were, when they had their burner phones. Oh, what a childhood. I better find that cell phone fast. In the luggage? Sounds like the phone is up in the flight attendant's room.
We'd better hurry to the flight attendant's room, sir.
How am I supposed to know that? The DS did have, like, fake surround sound. Oh, it is so loud. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Please stop it. Oh, my ears. Oh, stop it.
The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it. The technology in this universe is so puzzling. I mean, you just chalk it up to the fact that it was a game about the year 2017, 18, 16, written in the early 2000s. At least this one's a little bit more modern because it came out in the DS's lifespan.
The ringing's coming from in here, sir.
That's Cammy Meal's locker. What? No, it can't be. Why are you surprised? This is what you're trying to prove. Look at that. Look at that fancy nugget.
This has got to be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir?
It's Miss Tenero. Oh, no. Planted. It was planted.
What?
Nice hair. Thank you, Shark. I've been working on it. You know, it's my quarantine hairdo. Been growing it out. You like it? I modeled it after a certain prosecutor. How you doing, Shark? Hope you're doing well. It's the same model phone as the blue one. You bet they didn't bother to draw two separate cell phones and they only recolored it. Oh boy. If only they knew. I want a game that takes all the sprites. I want a mod for like the Phoenix Wright trilogy that takes all the sprites and then it like redraws all of them to be more in line with the technology of actual 2016. Because Ace Attorney, like the timeline, you look at it, it takes place in 2016, 17, whatever, like the very near future. Now the very recent past. And the technology is based on when these games originally came out. Not this one specifically. This came out like, I don't know, 2012 around. I want to say around there because I was in college around the time. But the original game is way back in the 2000s on the Game Boy Advance. So, you know, 2005 era-ish. So that's why all the phones in this series are like flip phones. All the pictures are like in black and white. It's so classic at this point. March 12, 428, I-390 lower deck cargo hold. As of now, in universe, it's 2019. You mean like in 5 and 6? Spirit of Justice and Dual Destinies? Even that's the past now. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Twig, I did put Francisca's hair on a chicken. Only because Twitch affiliates get instant emote approval now. It's because of that kind of thing is possible. Just like game-specific emotes, and I love it to bits. I'm absolutely chuffed, mate.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone?
I found it in the flight attendant's room in Miss De Niro's locker.
What? But... Brother De Niro! I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda De Niro right away.
She's not a police officer. She can't do that. Wait! I have a theory! A game theory! This is related to the incident with the key card. When the killer went to steal the key card, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss De Niro's locker at the same time. You could have led with that, sir.
Objection!
It looks like your phone from high school in 2004. Absolutely. This little chunky nugget right here. Look at that. It probably, like, slides out instead of flips up. Remember when Transformers made those kinds of phones popular? The slide out instead of the flip phones? That was the peak of technology. But they broke all the time.
This is related to the keycard, alright. In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that.
The only
The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. And also the chicken. That is one bird we cannot ignore.
Wait, what? Wait, no! Wait! I didn't mean for that to line up with the chicken line. That's definitely a bird. What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. What am I, Phoenix Wright? All right then, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have been something very incriminating on or in it. Let's check it. Hurry, we only got seconds. Hold it.
What now, Miles Edgeworth?
It's not over yet. Not yet, Snake. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. Unless they wiped it, in which case I'm shit out of luck. We need to examine this phone in more detail. Let's go. Wow. Is it cracked? Oh, it is cracked. Oh yeah, if this was a modern game, a cracked phone would not be out of place for someone to have. Raise your hand in the chat if you're guilty of having a phone with a cracked screen for more than, I don't know, 3 weeks. Not me, but I have almost cracked my phone once. Thankfully, I had a tempered glass screen protector on it. It was fun when the timeline in this game matched up with the date in real life. Oh yeah, I remember like forum threads saying like, posting like, on December 24th, like 2016, they're like, hey everybody, it's almost Christmas! This game is 2019. Got it. That lines up with what I expect. Because I think the modern games are like 2028, something like that. They're living in the future after all this stuff blowed over. Oh, 2020, what surprises do you still have for us now? It's a camera lens! Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling?
We're taking pictures.
Oh, wait. Oh, I was supposed to look at the lens. I wanted to see the crack, though. Can I still do it? Yeah. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. What? That doesn't sound very, good design. Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? What phone in 2019 can't take pictures? Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir.
I bet Mr. Edgeworth, Miles, I bet Edgeworth doesn't even carry a phone. He's still rocking, like, his iPod Classic from 2005. And then he just makes calls on, like, I don't know, an 80s cell phone.
Yeah, this looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine, oh, it's pink, it's cute. And mine could take photos just fine.
Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? Bet Miles rocks the same kind of phone as Phoenix. Before or after Game 2? Cause Game 2, Phoenix's phone was a straight up brick. Happened to be the same phone as the guy from the first case too. Thankfully doesn't know how you've never had a cracked phone screen. You dropped it more than enough times. Quality of engineering these days, and Gorilla Glass. Kuga's phone had a small crack in the corner that they didn't bother fixing. That's the thing about glass. Once there's a small crack, it can become a big crack very soon. Let's go. You never cracked your phone? I see. He makes calls by payphone! Oh, that's great. I love that idea, Goku. And maybe the idea, like, as payphones are disappearing, like, he keeps having to go further and further out of his way to find a phone. Like, he could use the phone that's in his office, but no, he just keeps that one disconnected because he gets too many calls from Wendy Oldbag. Oh, it fits. It fits too well. It's the only way he can get peace and quiet. Just disconnect the line after Oldbag finds the finds the number every time he changes it. Was it pink? I don't know. I'm colorblind. In particular, pictures as evidence for his smuggling case? If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler.
But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone.
No, but maybe Dank Pods could. I mean, it's just an LCD. You can get a replacement part. We just came from Zhengfa. Maybe the package has electronic components in it. Let's go. Windy's old phone had scratches all over. Just gotta replace the outer protection. Nice. Phones these days, they're very odd how fragile they are, yet replaceable. Because every phone out there kind of uses the same parts. Even the cheap ones. I'll find a way. Don't you worry about that. It was light blue. Oh, okay. That is a color I like. Sometimes confused with pink.
So may I go back to sleep now?
No, never. You can't go back to sleep until you're in the clink.
The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data.
What? That face. What do you mean by that, Francisca?
It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed.
Oh, anybody got a laptop? Let's hook it up, baby.
All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
What, it's got Bluetooth? Let's go. AirShare, what do they call it? Ooh, so angy, no talker. Francisca, your phone if you please.
Very well.
Very well?
It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now.
AirDrop, that's the thing. I don't as you can see, I don't use Apple products. Cowsicle, thanks for Cowsicle, I love it. Thanks for the follow. This is
Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case.
Hey, the Isle of Fresno in this pic, sir.
proving that he was able to fall and die.
But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
Ouch, she's right.
No, she's not. Don't accept it, Gumshoe.
There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir.
I will say, if Gumshoe was in a game of Among Us, he'd definitely lose every time. He is so gullible. Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? Oh, no. Oh, no. Examine. First time here, seemed very chill. Well, thank you, Cowsicle. I like to play a lot of these RPG and visual novel games and, do my best to present the story. So I'm glad you're enjoying. The guardrail. It looks exactly the same as it does now.
That rail is entirely too low. I even almost fell to my death. However, I was saved in a miracle-like manner. Perhaps that is what to run away from death by the skin of one's gum means?
Try to narrowly escape death by the skin of one's teeth, Shakespeare. Now then, there must be something in this photo. In this phonograph. Something that'll save my ass. Oh, maybe the fact that the missing suitcase is there? The fact that all the suitcases are here in this photo is odd.
Agent Hicks was still alive at the time. So what exactly is so odd about suitcases that haven't been used yet being there?
Yes, well, I was only pointing out things that are different between now and then. I like to play spot the difference, so sue me. But prosecutors here, that can happen.
Your off-topic ramblings have put this attendant to sleep yet again, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, give Sleepyhead here a rude awakening, a deafening objection, and a contradiction. All in one. Do. My voice acting is funny. Hey, that's all I want it to be. Entertaining. What's all this then? Colonel. All these cardboard boxes, so many snakes.
Oh, they are cargo shipped from Virginia to Zhengfa.
So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa.
Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere.
One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says, it is cloth in English.
That's a lot of words for one. A lot of words for one little word. Cloth. Could it be? Is this where the killer got the Borginian cloth which to mop up the blood? Possibly.
What? What is for that? Is that scary face?
Miss Meal.
Yes?
Oh.
Yes?
It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. I feel so bad for that teddy bear right about now. He left us with a piece of evidence, after all. She's the only one who could have read the box. A striking piece that will point out who this killer is.
Ha! Maybe you should enforce your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
The Borginian cargo on this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. The fact that Camille is the only one that can read Borginian.
Take that!
Maybe not, no.
Would you care to fill me in on what you are trying to prove with that?
It's quite simple. It shows that I will be representing my evidence.
I'm not laughing.
It wasn't meant to be a laughing matter. The cargo and piece of evidence will show us to the clear. Oh, yeah, the cloth
Take
itself.
that!
Hold on. I'm thinking 2 steps ahead again.
And what is that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed the piece from to clean up the blood with. 7 head. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Camille. Oh, we don't even need the signed paper. That's fine. You feel bad, but you like when I fluff up because we gotta hear the dialogue. I feel okay, because I feel a lot worse when it's like, I can't even figure out what the game is trying to ask me. No. This is normal Ace Attorney stuff that I expect. Like, when I know what argument I'm trying to make, I just don't know, like, what evidence tells me that, or tells the game that. I mean, that's fine. Trial and error is gonna happen. That's part of the game to me.
Hold it! That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Borginian.
Yeah, but not that many are open. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature.
What?
There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first.
Take that!
No hesitation.
Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir.
I wonder what it's up. You know, it probably said bed sheets in Japanese. I don't even have to wonder in the original game. Never mind. Precisely. And bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say?
Hold it! So what are you trying to say?
That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first. If only she had opened that box.
However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloths. Do you have an explanation for that?
The killer didn't want anyone to know that it was the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold, so they had to use something that would have left by the time the murder occurred. The boxes that would have been unloaded. So they weren't afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. It may be pink, it may be light blue.
Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa?
That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Camille, and you alone. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find any other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhengfa? There we go! The speed lines! The evidence hurtling towards your face like a space boy! Whoa, 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 whoa! Go, go, go!
It was an Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble.
I so apologize. That was Miss Meal's last words. March 12, 5:26 p.m. Flight I-390, first floor lounge. I need water. Woo! Hey, you know what that music is? That is the case complete music, so I can rest easy now. Goku, thanks for the hydrate. I'll do it again. You know what? I'm used to it. You know what game I played before this? Paper Mario Origami King.
And you know, you just get used to doing all those Toad voices. They're screaming all of the time. Every time.
It's gotten to the point where I can just bring my throat to that place where it just naturally vibrates without thrashing it. Ironically now, the Toad voices and say like, Detective Gumshoe. That's easy for me now. After years of doing this and practicing. Like, oh here, we got Gumshoe right now. If you think about it, Gumshoe is like a deep Toad voice.
We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. We finished making.
See? It's just pitch it up, it becomes Toad. You never would have guessed that, would you? Very good, Detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that?
They're taking it down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of Hidea.
The voice lore. These skills, you just put them together. That's what skills are. You just recognize the tools you have to fulfill a need, and then you just apply them.
Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth.
Did she, like, drink her bubble soap?
It was scary, sir.
Rabies. She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the wind behind this whole mess means serious business. We need Gumshoe to be Toad. Well, I'll tell you what, since Gumshoe is probably leaving the scene pretty soon, let's just, take this Toad and put him over here. Oh wait, he's above. Yep. There we go.
Gee, thank you, Mario. I thought I was be separated from my body this whole time.
Yeah. Also, how you doing, Ploopster? Also, how you doing, Pastel Madness? Pretty good, pretty good. Also, Big Beef Stew. What's up, everybody? Coming on in, we're finishing out the case. We just found the true killer of episode number 2, and we feeling fine and fancy. You know what? I should have used this music right here as the outro music. I had another song in mind, and I think you're gonna like it, especially if you like Ace Attorney. How you guys doing? Welcome. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you so very much.
It was nothing, in fact. I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation and for tying me up. Your technique is impeccable. Meet me later.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant.
Oh, Tenero. She adorable. I can't believe she never appears in any other Ace Attorney game ever. Like, she's a character that sticks with you. Like, she could, if this was a mainline Ace Attorney game, she could definitely be the next, like, Maggie Bird or Adrian Andrews or, I don't want to say Wendy Oldbag, but you get what I mean about, like, recurring character from previous games because she would totally be a fan favorite. You know, she helped us. The most tolerable witness ever. Compared to the other witnesses, yes.
I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
I mean, if they weren't gonna destroy them, I'll take it. But that's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer. Now, old bag, that's not a lady.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I reject her flowers all the time.
I'm sure it'll serve you well.
Look at that prize-winning smile that Tenero's got. I love this sprite. Can I just, like, I'm gonna look for this later. I'll have this sprite be like one of the sprites in the background of the logo right there on the top right.
And remember, we here at iFly Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
I keep saying Mr. Edgeworth now because of Francisca. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go.
She knows she's exiting the series. See you, Tenero. Pretty good. Larry Butts. Or yes, maybe Larry Butts, but he seems to pop up a little more than you'd expect.
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir. But boy, was it fun.
Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. I've had enough of that for one lifetime. By the way, where's Francisca?
Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure.
Oh, she's going to Germany. Departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding a case.
Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier?
You got it, sir.
I bet it was like a big old fancy limousine. Or the red car. No, that's Edgeworth's car, though. March 12, 547, Hope Springs Airport. And 2 days later, his office had a dead body in it. He does not get a break. It's not gonna break. Dun dun dun. Hey, look, we don't have the suitcase. I guess we didn't take it after all. Or they forgot to put the Sprite. Francisca! Ah, yes, give me that grand revival.
Dun 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 dun. Ba-da-dun-dun.
Bum bum bum. I miss her already. Me too, Pastel. Me too.
I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter.
I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met.
I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am?
You are Francisca Von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect.
Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing Pierrot living her life on the name and fame her invincible father built.
true, your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. He did take a bullet.
What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes, I suppose you can.
Plus, there is another agent on this case with me.
Oh, is he gonna die too? Oh, another agent.
He is a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate.
No. You know what Interpol agent we need? We need Chun-Li on the case. Let's go. Spinning bird kick. Isn't that the story from Capcom? From Street Fighter? That Chun-Li is an Interpol officer and she's going from place to place street fighting because she's actually on the lead for cases. I don't know much about the story of Street Fighter, but I know that the characters actually have all these complicated backstories that fit in with a big picture. And Capcom, Street Fighter, it could happen. It could be a crossover. You know, they had that Street Fighter versus Street Fighter Mega Man crossover that a fan made, and then Capcom made it legit. Let's go. Somebody make a Street Fighter Ace Attorney fan game, and then maybe Capcom will take that. You wish. Yeah, this is Edgeworth's theme. I wish that Francisca had a different one, had her own thing, you know? This is the scene. I think you're thinking of Ace Attorney 3.
He's a star among Interpol agents, the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows? You may even run into him one day.
I think I know.
And he's got the tenacity of a dragon, let's say.
I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths.
I suppose.
Yay.
But I doubt he would say the same.
I'm not following you.
You'll understand soon enough. The flight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth.
The fight, not the flight. I'm thinking too much about planes.
I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back. In full.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Gumshoe's theme. Earlier in the game, they straight up used the theme from Game 1. They had this remix waiting for us? Oh, we schmovin'. We groovin'. Dun dun dun. Here we go. Here we go now. Hey, can we see the sour pleasing chant? Can we see the specialists? The moves, the grooves, the theme of investigation. This is the good stuff right here. We're moving.
And just like that, she's gone. Huh, sir?
Oh yeah, Chun-Li, Interpol in Project Cross Zone. I need to play those games at some point because they are ridiculous. Thank you for the dance, Silver Pikachu.
Thank goodness, I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for a whip.
Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation.
It was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
So much sodium.
Oh, just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? How much did you cut his salary by, Edgeworth? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Just putting on the siren so we can go. I gotta get you like a space boy. That's them. That's Gumshoe drifting down to the police station. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home, but the second case of this game because, you know, we have to put the easy case first. Francisca von Karma, the smuggling route she was after.
The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. Oh yeah, Edgeworth being a little hypocritical. And the players on the other side of the war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Edgeworth speaking. What, who, what,
Ah, finally. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through.
And you are?
Have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy?
No. No! Who? Wait, no. Wait, who? Wait, who? Mr. Amano? Ernest Amano, correct?
Ah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son. He's been kidnapped.
Wait a minute.
The end.
The kidnapped turnabout. All right. So, to reiterate for those of you just coming in, I have played this game before, but my memory past this point of the game is very hazy. Like, I remember the murder in the office. I remember the murder on the plane. Hey, that's a very spiky outline. I wonder whose silhouette that is, and here's a hint, it's not Phoenix's. And it's definitely not this Phoenix's either. Look, it fits perfectly. No, it's not. No. Oh, look at that face right there. Look at that face right there. That's a face only the judge could love. Yoo-hoo, no. It's a Gengar? Yes, it's a ghost Pokemon. No. It's someone we may have heard about just now. Let's go. Dun-dun. You have mixed feelings about the next case. I'll see what it's all about next week. Yo, thank you for watching, everybody. We will hold on, let me do a save state. We will continue this game next week, but sometime this weekend, either tomorrow or the day after, more Persona 4, because I have not streamed that game in literally 2 weeks, and I feel kind of bad because we're right before a big story event in that game too. We're going to go back into a regular streaming schedule soon enough. But for now, that's the stream for tonight. Nice little 3-hour stream, normal length. Not too long, not too... I'm sorry, we gotta get this back out. This is the stream art for tonight. Let's go. From Random Dude, or I guess, yeah, we've got Gumshoe's Puppy Dog Eyes begging you to tell him to let him tell you all about his days back when he worked for... Whatever. I just can't think. Thanks for subbing to the YouTube. More Vibe and Naruto, let's go. This is Gumshoe.
Gumshoe says, please, if you haven't already, give ManokAdobo a follow on Twitch, or subscribe to his YouTube channel to catch him live next time he plays this or any other game. It's imperative. It's important to the case, sir. Come on, pal. You wouldn't deny me, right? Right?
Stream ending at a good time. Exactly. Nice little thing. Thank you guys all for being here. But yeah, schedule is, as I said, Persona 4 tomorrow if I'm not too sleepy. If not, then Sunday. Then I'll let you know. I'll post the schedule in the Discord and or the Twitter as usual. And yeah. Copy this raid message if you want to come along on the raid, and we'll find somebody to raid. We're a detective raider. Did I spell detective right? Detective. Yes, I did. Pretty good. And yeah, if you're going to sleep, have a fantastic rest of your night. Have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next stream. Have a good night and stay clucky.